Alrighty boys, welcome back to another video, and today we have even more information from the developers, more answers, what's going on with the current patch, what's going on in the future. A lot of future suggestions the devs have been replying to lately, so I'm here to talk about them. Okay, so without further ado, by the way, I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. Well, not as quick as possible, same usual time, but not too drawn out, just in case my son gets up. But we have quite a little bit to go through, so without further ado, let's get right to it. So the first thread is, how come villages don't have palisades? There it is. So a person says, there's something strange given how violent the times are. Any ideas? It would give another battle depth in helping a village under raid. Interesting. So villages not having palisades, obviously castles have walls, and then what's it called? Towns have stronger walls, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously you can put stuff on top of those walls. But villages, they're just as open as can be. Why are there no palisades? I kind of agree. Palisades, whatever you want to call them. Community manager responds, hypothetically exploring this, wooden palisades in village scenes complicate things even further when you're having a large battle between two armies in that scene. That is true. There's a lot of really annoying, sometimes really short fences all throughout a village scene, which gets very, very annoying, especially if you're on a horse and you're trying to charge in. I get that. The narrow spaces already make it hard to do tactics and the sort. That is kind of true. That is kind of true. Okay. Maybe he means like, well, because you spawn in different parts of the village depending where the battle starts, right? Yeah. Hmm. That would be hard to put walls in, because then there would have to be a set start to each village fight instead of random in terms of like what side of the village you're on. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know how that would work exactly, because that would make it go into like a siege process technically, or just palisades, or like to the point where some different locations are worse to attack at. Like maybe it's like a random effect thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you attack at the right parts when you're on the campaign map, then you will spawn behind the palisades. Sometimes not behind them. I don't know. That's how I see it, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe. And then we have the community manager saying again, I doubt this is something we would be pursuing at this point, given the number of village scenes already created without the palisades in mind, but can bring it up. So it looks like it's probably not going to happen because they're gonna have to redo all the village scenes. But it's not a bad idea. Maybe a modder out there wants to give it a try. I think that's, it's a solid idea. Maybe once a village reaches a certain hearth, right? They would still have to make one for each single village. But maybe like a thing where it's like if the village gets strong enough, they start kind of bolstering up and putting those up. And for those, you have to kind of like, even if you're gonna fight, you're always gonna find the outside of it, if that kind of makes sense. Or if you're attacking the village, you're gonna attack from the outside of it. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I like the idea. I like the idea. Moving on, we have more side activities. So we have a person and another person listing two things that they want added. Not two things, but a lot of stuff they want added. And then the community manager states, I'm going to read this first, even though this was posted a while ago, just wanted to say that we will keep these suggestions in mind. There are some interesting ones in here. True. All right, let's see which ones these are, and let's see if I have came up with some of them, because I see a person say treasure hunting. I've been saying since, I don't even know when this game came out. Did it come out in 2020? I think it came out in 2020, right? Bannerlord come out early access 2020, right? December 2020. I'm just kidding. December. I said December. March 2020. Yeah, I've been saying this since I would say around December 2020, where we need treasure hunting, like different things in random locations and villages and castles and towns and all that. I've said that, but we'll see. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So first we have feasts with challenges, throwing knives or shooting bow for prize, something like training grounds, but while being at festivals in towns. We just need feasts at first, but yeah, not bad. I agree. Sure, that could be done. Fist brawls 1v1, same mechanic as arena tournament, but in villages and works only at night. Holy, what a good idea. Or even works at towns and villages, but only at night, where you could just fight someone. This is a good one. This is that's a good one. 3 massive fist brawls in villages for fun. That might be like a mod to it, but I can see this being technically added. Horse racing. That would be kind of fire. See the certain things like, yeah, that would make sense. 5 hunting on battle maps with sneaking and animals can also be done. Fishing, I think, would be a little bit difficult. It's not really implemented in the game in any sort of way. Like all the other ones, I've kind of see how they could be implemented. Fishing, there's never really been like a big push towards fishing. It would be cool, but I don't think out of all of these, I think fishing is the least to get added, least likely. Treasure hunting, pieces of map to collect, or random maps with random locations, or. Now hear me out. 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 Put random locations in towns, villages, and castles. Right. Hear me out. 4 locations for what do you call it? Blueprints for your smithy. It's already in the game. You can, in this way, you'll be able to get it in 2 different ways. You can either, do some treasure hunting and kind of look through the town, and randomly you can find it, and it could be something like pick up blueprints, and then you pick it up. You know what I mean? You could do it that way, or you could do it the traditional way of smithing. You know what I mean? And I think it would be pretty fun to do, and plus it would give me another location video guide to make. So please do it. All right? I've been pleading for this. I've been pleading for this. You know what I mean? Make it so the schematics or the schematics of the blueprints are a little bit more rare. Make it so you can find 10 logs, or you can find 2 jewelries, just random things that's already in the game, but just put them out so people can go pretty much into the village scenes, into the castle scenes, and just look for stuff instead of just going to the specific place because they want to feel immersed or whatever. Make it worthwhile to go through the scenes, because the scenes are actually very good. Like, visually speaking, a lot of the scenes are very, very cool, and it's alive. There's a lot of different stuff going on, all NPCs doing everything else, but it sucks you can't do much but talk to people. If I could pick stuff up, if I could look for stuff and be like, oh my goodness, look right there, a piece of candy, ooh, another piece of candy, I think it would be really good for the game. Thievery, okay, like pickpocketing, that'd be kind of cool. Sure, why not? 9 headhunting, some kind of border bounty in city menu or in city itself. Yeah, we should I don't know if the board or whatever, that sounds way too Far Cry-ish, Ubisoft, you know what I mean, style-ish. But I think maybe like in the tavern, I think like the guy who's like the jailer all the time, not the jailer, he's like the broker, whatever you want to call him. He should be able to be like, hey, currently in the area, we have this big bandit party. This could be a quest that can be added by the broker or whatever, the ransom broker, where he's like, there's this big guy that I want you to capture, dead or alive. You know what I mean? If you capture him alive and you bring him back to me, I'll pay you more. It could be like a quest, like a bounty quest, and it could be something that's always done. You know what I mean? Just randomly pops up whenever you're in the tavern. I think it's an easy quest to add. And then whatever, in the quest would just spawn one big party of bandits with like one bandit captain, and you can like go into the random name generator and give them random names for the captains and make their weapons like stronger than the other ones, so they're like more of like a mini boss. Simple, very simple quest. I think it will add a lot to the game. Next, what else we got? Alchemy. That's way too much. I don't think that would be added. I'll be honest with you. Player-owned libraries. Again, I don't think they would be added. Customizable manners. Again, okay. Okay. These ideas don't seem far-fetched. These ideas don't seem like they're gonna work in like what's currently going on. Yeah, I don't think so. Random encounters. I agree. Random encounters are kind of sick. Like, hey, just randomly as you're just treading along, like, hey, there's a sickness going on, should we rest up or face it? Or hey, there's strong winds ahead, we should stop for the night, or should we go through it? And then you lose men, or you know what I'm saying, you gain reputation based on your decisions. I think that would be fire. I agree with that last point. These other ones, a little bit far-fetched. Doesn't mean I don't agree with them, but I don't see them coming into the game through just the devs. A lot of these I see coming in. And there you go. And like the dev said, even though this was posted a while ago, I just want to say that we will keep these suggestions in mind. There are some interesting ones in here. Good. Hopefully the ones I listed were some of the interesting ones because I think they could really be in the game. Next, any plans to support AMD FSR 3 and NVIDIA photo mode? Man, listen, I got a PC. It's pre-built, but it cost me like $4,000. But it's been like 6 years now, so it's probably like worth like $2,000, maybe less, probably. But I'm not great with computers. I don't want to hear it. Oh, just build one yourself. It's gonna be cheaper. I know, but like I have a kid and like I have stuff to do, and it's like I don't have time to learn a whole new skill. You know, I might, but just not like right now. You know what I mean? It happens. It'd be like that sometimes. So I'd rather just, I'll either pay somebody for my next PC or just get another pre-built. We'll see how that goes. But, moving on. I have no idea what any of this means. But all right, so we have a person saying NVIDIA photo mode provides users with a more and better photo experience. Community manager responds to that and says it's unlikely we'll be pursuing that given we have the native photo mode. Okay, so they don't have that technology yet. It do be like that sometimes. And then we have another person saying, and I understand that you guys think there is no need to support the AMD FSR feature. And the community manager responds and says, we already do support the AMD FSR, but we're currently not actively pursuing AMD FSR 3 support. That doesn't mean we won't in the future, though. Okay, so keep your eye out. So they're supporting the first one, I think, AMD FSR, but the one with the 3 attached, it's not quite there yet. Slow your roll. It's coming. It's coming, though. It's on the way. It's cooking, but it's not there yet. But in terms of the NVIDIA photo mode, it's a rip. It doesn't look like they're going to go for that. Next! And this is the last thing that I kind of just wanted to go over again. But people keep asking, will there be an official implementation of the Freelancer mod where you can play as part of the army? Some community managers have said yes. No, they haven't said yes. I'm lying. Some have said this right over here. The current plans don't include a Freelancer game feature. But some have also said that it sounds like a good idea, but will it be implemented? No clue yet. There's no yes or resounding no. Well, there is kind of more resounding no. It's more like, if I'm being the most optimistic, 80% no, 20% yes. Less. Let me do 15% no. No, 15% yes, 85% no. That's where I think it's going. I talked about this, pretty unfair, not unfair, but a take you guys did not like. I think that currently they should keep working on what they're working on, and then mods like this they should consider once they're done doing what they're doing. I don't think they should stop currently doing what they're doing with the updates. I like the updates that come out with a lot of content, even though they're being spread out pretty far apart now. I still think they add a lot of cool new things that they don't even talk about previously. That's kind of like a surprise feature. And I think they've been kind of hitting the spot every single time when it comes to those surprise features. But yeah, we will see how that goes, how that transitions. But that's not me saying I don't want to see it in the game. I do want to see it in the game. I think it's a great mod. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people love it. A lot of the community loves it. So maybe in the future, yes, add something like that. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. But currently, they said it's not part of their current priorities or plans as of now. But that can always change. You never know when that can change. And if it does change, you better believe I'm going to let you know about it. Okay? But that's going to do it for me. That's pretty much all that was talked about. If more gets talked about next week, plus beta 1.2.5, coming sometime next week, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. And by the end of this month, November, you shall see, without any unforeseen circumstances, as the devs have put it, we shall see beta 1.2 go to PlayStation and Xbox. It will be moved to live from beta, and PlayStation and Xbox will finally get their cheats and all the other additions that was added with 1.2. Alrighty, that's going to do it for me, and I'll see you in the next one.